Hi, this is Xuyang. Today we're going to play a game about digital citizenship board game. And I call this game called The Trip to China, since I teach Mandarin. So now you can see the board like this. So it's how do I see? Okay. You have a map of China, and then you can see different side of different city of China. And then you can also see where the diamond is here. This is the starting point, and the other diamond, which is here, that will be the stops. And we have our characters, those cute dinosaurs. And then we have this cool dice. Then we have different cards. Regarding different questions. Now let's start to introduce the rules. Okay. Hope you can see it like this. First of all, we're gonna roll the die. We're gonna place the character at the starting point, and then we're gonna roll the dice. And then, let's see, I got a 3 here. So my character will go 3 steps. So 1, 2, 3. And then if you see the map, if you see the map here, 1, 2, 3. This is where you are at. So you can see number 3 has a blue circle in it. So that means you need to get a blue card and answer the question on it. So now let's introduce what kind of cards we have in the game. Let's say first of all you have green, and it represents digital citizenship questions. And then blue is for the responsibility questions. And yellow is copyright. Pink is fair use. White is Creative Commons. Okay, all those questions are designed based on the DOK, depth of knowledge. It's including six levels. First of all, remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. And let's see the questions. First of all, we're gonna see this digital citizenship. So, for example, the most common, or like the easiest question, will be what are the 9 elements of digital citizenship? So, for example, you're gonna answer the question. You will say first of all, is digital access. Number 2, digital commerce. Number 3, digital communication. Number 4, digital literacy, and so on. And then if the player answers it right, you say they can move forward for 2 steps. And they answer it right, you can say you can move backward for 2 steps. And then some other interesting question you can write it. For example, for the digital citizenship, you can write, for example, Tom just learned the Chinese 长头 poem. Then he wrote a not appropriate poem and posted on the social media where all the class can see. It's a correct. By not appropriate poem, it's like say he writes something that insulted or not appropriate joke for one of the classmates in the class. And then if you answer it right, and then if the player answers, oh, it's the right thing to do, and then they will, obviously, maybe you can ask them to go back to the beginning, and then the answer is wrong, and then what he should do, blah blah, what he should, blah 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 blah, and then he answered the question right. You can ask them to move, let's see, 3 steps. And then next, the blue, is the responsibilities. For example, you can ask a question like, in a school computer lab, you see the previous user still has his or her email account logged in. What should you do? And again, if you answer it right, you can maybe go forward 1 step. And then if you answer right, maybe answer it wrong, maybe you lost the turn. The next will be copyright. For example, you can ask Jamie's homework is to write a paper about digital citizenship and submit to his teacher. And he download a paper online and submit it to his teacher. Is it the right thing to do? And then what he should do. If not, what he should do. And then again, the player will answer, and then if he answered correct and explain the reason, maybe they can move 3 steps. And if it's answered wrong, maybe they can answer, then maybe they can backward 2 steps. And next, followed by fair use, the pink one. So for this one, maybe you can use different method. For example, you can use the QR code, which is the square code that you can scan with either the phone or iPad. For example, if you have access to the school iPad, you can scan the QR code with the school iPad, and then you can read the article, and they will have the picture pop up. So for example, you can see the picture of the article. It's called the Fair Use a Lesson to Steal. Is it fair use a lesson to steal? And then they will say they will include part of the article. For example, they included guidelines for educators. And then first of all, the student will read the paragraph. So that's a good opportunity for the student to learn reading vocabularies. And then after they read that, they're gonna answer the question. For example, I asked them list 3 of guidelines allow educator under most circumstance to copy. And then, for example, they will answer. So first of all, single chapter from book, a poem of 250 words or less, or up to 250 of a long poem. Number 3, a single chart, graph, diagram, drawing, cartoon, or picture from a book or newspaper. And then if the answer is right, maybe they can go forward to 3 steps. And then if they, for example, they only answer 2, and then they need to go back 1 step. And the last one will be the white one. It's Creative Commons. For this one, they can you can ask them a question like you can give them an icon that's called CC0 waiver license logo. So that's where a circle in the middle, and then there's a 0 in the middle of the circle. And you can ask the question like, can you describe what is the right of the logo? And then again, if they're right, they can go how many steps forward, and if they're wrong, and then what they should do. And again, whoever goes to the finish point first will be the winner. Hope you enjoy the game.